Hi, my name is Febelicia Nisura, and through this video, I am going to talk about the process of making my ink project series. The first book is entitled Stages, as it depicted the stages that a human being goes through in their life. Through the characters shown in the illustrations, each part of the work shows the process of being birthed into life and going through it. The main idea was to portray the basic fundamentals of a human life through my own perception. From my own reflection, I realized that we as human beings came out of a bubble that is our mother's womb, only to be pushed back into another bubble that is our society. Our surroundings limit us from our thoughts, views, and perceptions, sort of like being encased in a bubble. The robe that the character found and later on wore symbolizes the societal norms and rules that we have to conform as a part of it. The robe goes both ways. It makes us look like we belong in our environment, and it also protects us from the dangers of not conforming. The technique of the artwork was mainly inspired by the Korean artist Dae-hyun Kim, or simply known as Monasi. His simple technique of negative space, which is coloring the black part of the illustrations to emphasize the white part, eliminates unnecessary elements in order to portray the intended message as raw and simple. He focuses on core elements of being a human and underlying issues that we face, and that inspired me for my concept. After my research, I experimented with this technique using ink, and instead of using a man-like figure in my illustrations just like him, I decided to use a different approach by using a woman-like figure. I feel like an artwork reflects the artist, and I want to reflect myself in this work through my character. From this project, I was inspired to further develop it and explore another aspect of life. A research in psychology made me found a theory in which it states that human beings tend to self-communicate, especially when they are alone. They ask themselves questions and try to answer them, and they create arguments for their own claims. And so, in this work, I want to portray that. I developed Monasi's technique and experimented on creating patterns using ink. Through this, I can create texture through patterns to add to the tone and mood of my illustrations. In each of the frames, there are two identical figures that are interacting with each other. The two figures represent the two sides of the same person in self-communication. Self-communicating helps us to know ourselves better as an individual, and I feel like creating art is a form of self-communication, as I, as an artist, reflect on my own ideas and find ways to effectively execute them. The process also taught me more about my own self more than anything else, and I am glad that I got to experience that incredible self-discovery process through this class. And that is all for my presentation. Thank you.